events and collecting registrations so you know who's attending simple. Let's walk through the process of how to create an RSVP event and all of the sharing methods. This is the AddEvent Dashboard. You can see all of your events and calendars that you have created. And you can create an event by clicking on the dashboard on a date that you want to create that event. Start filling out the details, clicking more options to get to the event create page, or just create the event with the details provided. You can't enable RSVP this way, so you'll either want to click more options or click the create button and then event in the top right corner to get to the event create page. So the first thing we're going to do is turn on RSVP. RSVP is now enabled and we can start filling out our event details, and then we'll jump to the RSVP settings. So let's do this event. We'll call it, it'll be a webinar. So this webinar, we're just going to create a single event, but you can have a recurring RSVP event, or you can create a lot of RSVP events at once using this event series, but we're just going to create a single RSVP event. Then we'll do the date and time for our event. And we want to make sure we add a time zone. So I'm going to set this time zone to Los Angeles. And now, wherever my attendees are around the world, their event will adjust to their calendar based on the time zone that I've set here. So if someone were to be in New York and they go to RSVP to this webinar, when they add the event to their calendar, it will save at 5:30 because it's adjusting to where they're located based on the time zone the event was created in. So then we'll fill out the event description. And the location. You can create a new location for each event or reuse one. Let's reuse this one. The organizer and organizer email come from the user details that's creating the event. So if you want to use a universal email and name, then you can update your account settings, or you can just update this when you go to create your events. You can set a calendar alarm. This is a push notification. You can set the event to free busy. We recommend using default. And then you can assign which calendar you want this event to live on. So I'm going to put it into Seller's Guide. You'll notice that this time zone just changed, and that's because on my Seller's Guide calendar, I have a default time zone so that all of my events created in that calendar are in Chicago in Central Time Zone. So I can either adjust the time zone back to Los Angeles or change the time of my event. I'm going to just go ahead and change the time zone. So these are all of my event details. And now let's fill out the RSVP settings. So RSVP form. The RSVP form is by default 2 questions, and it sends 3 automated emails. That would be a confirmation email and 2 reminder emails. If you want to collect additional information from your audience, like let's say their phone number or if they have dietary restrictions, whatever the case may be for your event. This is a webinar, so you might ask for someone to fill out a question that they want to ask during the webinar, what they're looking to learn, any of that good stuff. You can create a form to be reused for your events. So I'm just going to stick to the standard RSVP form. Those 2 questions, by the way, are name and email. Email is always going to be a required field because we send out these automated emails, but other fields can be marked as optional. The next thing is that we can set, but you don't have to, is when you want to stop collecting RSVPs. You can pause registrations if you have a need to pause planning or whatever the case may be. You can pause it and then set the memo that you want to display on your landing page. If you have a seat limit, you can set this here. And again, you can customize the message that you want displayed for your event. If you set a seat limit, you'll be able to see on your event detail page the number of attendees that you have left, and it'll count it out for you and give you a nice visual. Also, I'm looking ahead, but you can set a seat limit and then show the number of seats available or the number of attendees currently registered for your event on your landing page. So keep that in mind. I'll touch on that again in a moment, but I'm going to click that back to unlimited. It's default to not notify you whenever you get new registrants, but you can update that to each time a new user RSVPs, or you can get a summary for all of the RSVPs. And you can add additional emails if you have multiple event organizers. Then the last chance to RSVP can be set. This is helpful if you need some time to plan, or you need to stop collecting registrations for any reason. 0 minutes up to 14 days before your event. And then if we wanted to turn off RSVP, we can completely disable it, removing RSVP from your event from this setting. It's important to note that if you disable RSVP using this red button, all of your attendee data will be lost. So only disable RSVP if you really mean it. Now let's create our event. So this is the event details page. This is a snapshot of all of the details that we just filled out, and then below are the sharing methods. So let's jump right into that. The landing page. Every event that you create in AddEvent comes with a unique landing page and a unique URL. You can use these URLs to share on your event on social media, in text messages. If you want to hyperlink an image on your emails to your audience, you can do that. However you want to use this URL, you can do that, and your audience will be taken to a landing page. This is the default landing page, which you can customize using an event landing page design template, but this is what it looks like by default. Your audience would click RSVP, fill out the status that whether or not they're going, their name and email, and then click RSVP. They'll be presented with an add to calendar button to add the event to their calendar. So now I want to refresh and just show you, but I'll get into this more, that we've now got an RSVP. So as the AddEvent user, you can see your attendees over here. So that's the event landing page, which again, you can customize the look of your landing page using an event landing page design template. And then we have the RSVP button. This button can be used on websites, landing pages, emails, campaigns, all the places. You can create styles that can be reused. So if you would like to match your branding, you can create a unique RSVP button. And again, like I said, it can be reused for brand continuity, or if you just like the particular look of an RSVP button. So we'll save that configuration. And then if I wanted to share this, I can copy this or copy the source code. I recommend copying the source code and pasting that into just about any of the sharing methods, definitely a website or a landing page. And then also if you're using an email sender like MailChimp, HubSpot, the source code is the best bet. You'll paste it into an HTML or code block. No matter where you share this event, when your audience clicks RSVP, they'll be taken to the event landing page to fill out the registration form. And then direct links. I recommend only using direct links if you know that those that you're sending the event to use one particular calendar. Here's the embeddable RSVP form. You can embed the whole form onto your website or landing page so that your audience doesn't navigate away from that. If you would like to do that, there are embed options for you. So those are the sharing methods. And then let's see. So if you want to see your RSVP information, you'll click See All RSVPs here. And now all of your RSVP attendees and their information will be listed in this form here. You can download your list of attendees so that you can share that outside of AddEvent, or if you need to organize your attendee information outside of AddEvent, you can download that here. If you need to send an update to your attendees, you can click this Email Attendees button. This will send to whichever group of attendees you would like to communicate with. Let's say there was a location change, a time change, whatever the case may be. You can add the updated details here. And then similar to the confirmation email, which includes the event link, the event title, date, time, all of the core details of your event, that information is also default in this email. You can check out the help doc that includes screenshots of all of the email's content to see what that would look like. So then you could send this off and the group that you selected to receive it will receive this email. The analytics, you can navigate to analytics clicking this button. And then if you need to search for an attendee, you can do so here. And you could also update an attendee's information. If someone were to reach out to you personally, let you know that they've changed their availability for this event, you can update that. They can also do that on their own, changing it on the landing page, but if someone were to ask you to do that, then you can do that here. Then you can also delete attendees altogether. So that is the main information about RSVP events and sharing those events. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out to AddEvent support at support@addevent.com or on our contact form from the Help Center. We're more than happy to help. This is all things RSVP events. So good luck with your event, and we hope it is a big success. Thanks.